Hey, friends, grace and peace to you in the name of the risen Christ, and blessings to you as we head into this fifth week of Lent. And right now, I am at my son's baseball practice. He plays in a rec league in DeSoto. It's his second year of playing rec league. It is very low key, there's not a lot of expectations. And Woody does it really just to have fun, to hang out with some of his friends. And, hopefully he'll get a little better at baseball, but for him, that's really not the main goal. There's plenty of things that he wants to get better at, that he works hard at, and he wants to improve upon. But baseball really is something that he just kind of wants to enjoy. And for me, I think that's a good lesson for a lot of us in thinking about kind of our drive sometimes to be the best that we can be at any given thing. And while there is a place for us to be our best selves and to do the best we can when it comes to our jobs, when it comes to particular interests, when it comes to, those items in which we do want to have more focused attention on, I think sometimes we do need to give ourselves a little more permission to say that, you know what, I really just kind of want to enjoy being. I want to enjoy doing. I want to enjoy just experiencing something new with no expectations that I'll ever become an expert on X, Y, Z. This drive to be perfect, this drive to um, be the top of X, Y, Z sometimes can be a little too all consuming. And when we experience moments of failure in the midst of that, it can be really devastating. Again, I'm not saying that there isn't within us kind of that drive to excel at particular areas of our life. And I think that's really important. But I know for me, for instance, I really love music. I have no illusions about being a master musician. And though I still think that, you know what, maybe in the next couple of years I'll take up guitar, or maybe I'll learn the piano, and it won't be something that I'll do out of this place of I've got to be the best pianist or guitarist that I need to be. But I simply want to enjoy and learn and absorb and just kind of do something new and different that's kind of outside of my own normal comfort zones. And I think that's an important lesson for all of us when we engage in new endeavors. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's exploring new places, maybe it's learning new histories about things. It's not always something that we need to be so focused on becoming an expert at or developing that highly honed skill set, but rather living into the moment of whatever it is we're experiencing at that time. We don't need to focus so heavily on perfecting this new thing that we're trying. And I think out of that, we can enjoy any number of new things together within the space of community living and things like that. So, as I think about that, as I watch my son play baseball, and, he may get a hit this year, he may not, he may make a great catch, or maybe any number of balls will roll past his way. But I know he's out there with very little expectation of becoming, the next great ball player. But what he does expect is to enjoy his time with his teammates, and maybe something remarkable will happen, or most of the time, maybe he will just simply being out there and present and enjoying something. And I think if we all can step back a little bit in our own faith lives and not focus too much on what it means to be the perfect Christian, for instance, rather than we can lean into the fact that, a lot of our discipleship journey is pretty, ordinary, and our capacity to be our best selves all the time isn't always there, then I think we can better live into this calling that we can grow in love with one another. We can share in this life together. We can be freed from certain expectations that we have to always be at our very best. And we can recognize that for most of what we're doing, as long as we're present, that is good enough for our faith. Christ, when he called the disciples, a lot of them were fishermen. He didn't ask if they were good at what they did, if they were the top of their field. That might have been really funny. I've always wondered, with the first call, John and Peter and those folks, if, if folks were like, yeah, it's probably a good thing you grab them as disciples because they were terrible as fishermen. Um, Laying aside all the expectations that we place when it comes to being the best that we can be and looking into the grace of who we are called to be, I think can help us move forward in this Lenten journey together with one another. That where you are in your discipleship right now is where you need to be. Who God is calling you in this moment is exactly what needs to happen. And if it's something big and huge and something where you will see vast improvement and you will be the top of what you need to be, that is fantastic. Or if it's something as simple as, you know what, in this moment, I'm going to learn how to bake a cake, or I'm going to try and better my golf game, or I'm just going to simply see how many albums I can listen to in the course of a week, then that is good enough as well. I really do like the reading in our devotion that we've been focused on regarding no reason whatsoever. The writers talk about our culture says that everything has to be for something. Reading is for self-improvement. Hobbies are for enrichment. Didn't you know? Your child's soccer practice is a long-haul attempt to better a college application. Your silly, I'm using that word, it's a euphemism, watercolor painting has to hang in the living room or else that afternoon was a waste. Didn't you know that you're supposed to be getting better all the time? And of course the authors go on to say, no, of course not. Sometimes we just simply need to be. Sometimes we just need to enjoy the view around us. Sometimes we need to recognize that, yes, we are limited. Yes, we are finite. Yes, there are frankly skills that we're never going to learn, but that shouldn't prevent us from at least stepping into and trying to enjoy new things. That Christ calls us to be simply present and to love one another and to recognize that in the messiness of who we are, what we do, more often than not, is good enough. And so I want to end with this blessing, a blessing for finding delight in a difficult day. Blessed are you when life has handed you yet another serious mess. Instead of turning straight to worry or despair or fear or dread, you set it down for a minute and say, I'll get to that later. I've got something ridiculous to do, and it's urgent. Blessed are you who do something you've never tried that must be done right now, because, frankly, failing doesn't matter. You know that it feels so good to try. Blessed are we, the responsible, who take a non-linear path, who, as the poet Wendell Berry says, every day do something that won't compute. Who know that right when life gets heavy or hard or too much, we must carve a path to delight. Who do something for no reason whatsoever but for joy. Blessed are you who see the art in absurdity, because when you think about it, life is unexpectedly and terribly and wonderfully absurd. So why don't we just embrace it? So blessed are you when you grow too many tomatoes of more than one variety, or solve a mystery while, I gotta turn the page, playing interactive glow-in-the-dark miniature golf, or who learn a new dance or create a band out of kitchen instruments, or make a cake that looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You only name it such in retrospect. This is only the beginning. So you be you. You do things without lofty expectations. Enjoy the moment. Some point ask me about the time that I did some bowling for dollars, and I'm a terrible bowler, but I nearly broke the bank with how well I bowled. And it was one of the funniest things. I had no expectations. I simply showed up and had a wonderful time. And that's what Jesus calls us to do, to show up, to be present, to try new things, to live into the absurdity of living, and recognize that we are all seen and we are all loved. And in this season of Lent, our faith truly is good enough. Blessings to all of you. And I invite you to take a few moments to listen to this wonderful song that our choir and a couple of wonderful soloists are about to offer to you. Bye-bye.
Look at the world.